Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Hereford FC here on Vanilla FM, and today we're going to catch up with the start of the season, the new season in the Enterprise National League. So, to recap all the game loads, in the last episode we were promoted because we were crowned champions, and also we won the FA Trophy as well. That was the match in that episode. So that means we're now playing in the Enterprise National League. As you can see, I've already played 7 of the matches, and we have a pretty good, well, perfect so far record. So we played quite a busy pre-season, and then we've had so far pretty decent matches. So 3-0 against Tamworth away, another 3-0 against Maidenhead away, and then 1-0 against Borwoodham away, and then the home record is 3-1. It doesn't seem like we concede when we play away. That's good, I suppose. So 3-1 Eastleigh, 2-1 against Carlisle, 3-0 Accrington, and then the last match that I just played is Sutton United, 2-1. So we have a pretty good team, and I'll take you through the team now. Let me just reorganize my notes as well. I'd like to show you my notes if I can. So let's just do that. This one, I believe. Yeah. Okay, so let's take us through the squad first, and then I'll take you through some of the exits as well. So far, there's already something out of date in the notes on the left-hand side. So we'll cover that in a minute. We have 2 new goalkeepers. Belgambi, I actually know this player quite well in FM because I've used him before. I certainly used him in my summer save that I didn't do on the channel. I was just doing it for myself, but I did a summer save with Hereford, and Belgambi was my goalkeeper that I brought in. So he's got pretty good physical attributes. From a goalkeeping perspective, he's maybe lacking a little bit in the mental attributes, but I think he's only young, so he can only develop from here. And then the backup loanee is Luke Thompson. Again, quite similar in the fact that he's actually a little bit less technical as well. But yeah, quite similar. He's actually got a way longer potential ability because, as you'll notice, he's an 18-year-old, so he's on loan to us from Blackburn. I don't actually know where Belgambi plays before Ebbsfleet. Barnet. I guess he played in Barnet in real life before. Okay, so that's goal. So 2 brand new goal players. Shan Hogan, we managed to secure him on a permanent deal. He was with us last year on a loan deal, and again, he's got a high development potential due to his age. He's developing some quite nice mental attributes for this level, for this league. He's quite a good player to have as far as aerial threats, because he's got good heading, quite good strength, jumping reach is okay. He's not tall, but I wouldn't say, but he's not short either, so he's a good player to have. And then another player that I know quite well from previous FM saves is Joe Rains. So Joe Rains is coming in as a bit of a warhorse. He's 31, but last time I played FM with him, he went all the way to the Premier League with us. All the way. So he retired like 36, 37, and I kept him the entire way, all the way to the Premier League. So because he's so fit, that means I can bring him on the pitch as a sub quite easily, and he can take us to the end of the game. The guys have already done the hard work, and he'll just take us to the end of the game. He's quite a reliable player, so quite happy to see him again, and I'm sure we'll see Joe Rains for a long time in this save. On the left side, we still have Bailey Sloan that we brought in last year. So he came from Marine. So nothing new there. And then on the other side, we've got Charlie Sawyers, who we kept from the end of last season. So again, he can actually do a couple of positions. He can do the centre and he can do the left. So he's a great player to have on the bench. He's also quite young. It's a bit of a trend with this squad. Is I've tried to go for young players with development potential, and Charlie Sawyers is one of them, especially because he plays on 2 positions. Now the centre, we have managed to get Darren back. So he is quite young. He's got a huge development potential, but at the moment he's a bit all over the place, as you can see. But I think if we are patient with him and give him appearances. Last year I only was able to give him 1 appearance, so that's why he didn't develop as much. He was a bench player, essentially. This year I think we're going to use him a bit more, and I think he could be quite good, again, to do with securing that aerial threat. Then we have Mayowan, which we brought in at the end of last season. And actually, every single central defender we brought in at the end of last season. So we've got Bokia, who is on the bench at the moment. Shorter player. Yeah, he's actually shorter than me. Wow, okay. But he's doing okay. And the other player is Clancy. And Clancy, again, got a big development potential for him as well. We seem to have a lot of Irish players. Actually, let me switch this to general. Oh, no. Oh, yeah, there we go. We seem to have quite a lot. A big selection of Irish players. 1 Belgian, 1 Ugandan, English, and then just a bunch of Irish players. Which is lovely. Love to see Ireland represented. Defensive midfield. We have some new players. So the biggest addition to the squad, I think, is O'Shea Ellis. He's probably our best player. He's technically centre midfielder, but we are obviously playing him in the defence midfield. So he's come from Slough, Stourbridge from before. He's very good. He's still got... I think he's probably already developed as much as he can, actually. But he's just a very good player to have on the squad. He's got a good balance of technical, mental and physical attributes across the board. Then Will Flint will be our second player, defensive midfield. Again, very good player, still with some development potential left from Gateshead. And then from before, we already had last year Riley and Phil. So Regan Riley, who brought in at the end of last year, again, still loads of potential on him, even though he's slightly older than the other guys. And Phil Gannon is the sort of experienced head of the 4. And he's more like to pass on some of his experience down. Shorter player, 29 years old now. Played for Tolka Rovers, who play in Ireland. So, yeah, that is the 4. And then on the right, we're actually developing a couple of players on this right side. I managed to find this 30-year-old Matt Keane. He doesn't strike me as great technically, but he's a bit of a workhorse. Every time he's been on the pitch, he's either assisted or scored, pretty much. So you always see him getting involved in good plays all over the pitch, even though he's not well rated in terms of star rating. But he's a great player to have around. So we'll probably keep him for a season or 2, and then, you know, that's the end of his career, really, at this level. So that's him. And then we also... the intention actually was to develop a player called Jonas Makuna, but he's been snatched away already. So we brought him along, and he lasted a few weeks, and then he got poached by Matlock on a free contract as well. But yeah, so the intention was to bring him on and develop him a little bit. He's got not the most technical attributes, but yeah. Anyway, we never got a chance. We actually got someone way better to replace him. Brody Pert. My mouse is gone. There we go. Brody Pert. He's way better. He's got way more the development potential, but he's only a loanee. So, you know. But yeah, he's already done some good impression. This first match wasn't great, but I think he'll be all right for the rest of the season. And then on the left, our main player is Connor Drinan. Drinan. We got him at the end of last season. I think he needs to play more to develop, really. We are splitting his role with Turin as well. So Turin's brand new to the team. And West Brom, he was at Sutton Common as well from before. So a lot of these players don't have a lot of match experience. I think what I'm trying to achieve here is ensuring that they have that exposure to match time that they didn't have before. And then strikers, I thought I had strikers nailed, but was it Bloomfield? I can't remember his name now. So transfers out, transfer activity, no, transfer history, no, sorry, clicked the wrong button. Transfer history, there was a transfer out. Is it released players? Yeah, Mason Bloomfield. I released him, and instead I got a new striker, Peter Thomas. So Peter Thomas is on loan from Huddersfield, and he's actually been playing really well for us. So 5 goals in 6 appearances. Quite young, still able to develop. The other players in that position then, we saw them at the end of last year. Victor Udezi, he's the youngest one that needs to become our main striker, really. He's already doing quite well again. So if you see here, 4 goals in 5 appearances. We also have as good backups. Actually, this guy's not a backup. He's solid striker, but he's getting on a bit now. But again, as you can see, lots of assists from him as well. And then hasn't really shown himself off much this season. He's only played 1 league match so far. But Callum Moorfield, and he last season scored 6 in 12 appearances. So again, they don't seem like great players because obviously we're looking at low league type stuff. And he doesn't have a huge average rating either. But he's such a tall player compared to everyone else that he's really benefiting from those crosses into the box and stuff. So that is the team. Just quick look at transfers out again. So what was it? Transfer history. So transfers out, released players. So we also released Preston Bitemo, who was on loan last year. We didn't use them last year. And then at the end of last year, you won't let me go back. Oh. Yeah, that's not right. That is wrong. Okay. A lot of that is massively wrong. We definitely had transfers last year, as you witnessed. Anyway, so this is another bug. Hang on. I'm up to my neck with bugs now. Okay, all right. So that is the team. We've been doing really well. Haven't played any league matches yet, but the board is ecstatic. Actually, we had a youth intake, which I haven't really looked at that much. But I did figure out that the youth is essentially broken. You can't check coaching assignments. The staff is not well labelled. So if you go to staff and go to this screen, it's not labelled as under 18 staff. Nothing in this screen is labelled as under 18 staff. When you go to training, you can't look at under 18s training. You can't, so therefore it means you can't look at coaching assignments. It's just the whole thing is a mess with youth. It's like they haven't really developed the youth UI. So you don't have any youth UI. At least I haven't been able. It might be hidden, so I haven't been able to find it. I'm sorry. This just makes me really sad because now I can't really properly. The way that I found actually to get these guys integrated is I just added them to the training units here. So they are training with the first team, and to be fair, it's actually quite good for them. I think. So I haven't employed any coaches for the under-18s because I won't be able to sign them anyway, and I won't be able to look at stuff. So there we go. Youth is still broken in FM. Let's go ahead and play a match before the episode gets too long. So we are playing Morecambe next, away from home. What else can I tell you? Club finances is doing okay. Oh yeah, this bit of the finances is broken. I've already reported that. Club facilities, let's see where we're at with that. So we've upgraded our training facilities. We've also upgraded a lot of our youth as well. So we're level 4 now. Got adequate coaching and average recruitment. So I've been upgrading this as we've been going along, which will hopefully impact positively the future intakes. Okay, so we have arrived at the match. So let me just have a quick sanity check of the team composition. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, I need to rest some players. Let me just look at first of all, so basically the way that I do is, first of all, I look at performance-wise anyone that I want to bring on from a performance perspective, which I don't think there is actually. I think everyone in this first team is doing pretty well. I do need to rest Hogan, so let's bring in Joe Rains. And then we'll put Hogan on the bench. But who do I sacrifice? I sacrifice this guy. So this covers the back. And then okay, so I might need to sacrifice Riley here for Tege. Okay. Yeah, alright, I'm happy with that. Let's saving thing. The game might still crash. I'm basically paranoid that the game crashes. We lose all the progress. That kept happening to me in the beta, so I'm a little bit paranoid. This is still a bug, so saying that you have 2 substitutes outside the match squad, that's still a bug that keeps happening. Okay, no text overlapping that I can see in there. This I think is a bug. I'm pretty sure I've handed over to the director. I'm 100% sure I handed over to the director of football. But for some reason, unless you have an assistant manager, there won't be an automated team talk. So only the assistant manager seems to do it. And at halftime and at the end of the match, you have to do it yourself. So that is a bug. I haven't reported that one yet because I've only just realised, because I haven't been paying too much attention to who delivers the talks and so on. Okay, so here we are playing away. Yeah, so there are still lots and lots and lots of bugs in the game, and I am reporting as much as I can, but up to a point. Today I was actually going to report quite a few, but the date that I'm recording this on is the date that that was that outage that affected the forum. So I actually can't remember. Is it Cloudflare or Cloudflare or something like that? There was an outage there and affected a load of services they provide, hosting they provide, and so on. So SI got affected. The SI forum was affected in that way. This is a great pass from Reigns. As you can see, the crowd are still blobs. One thing I've noticed about Bellingham is that he's got a... I haven't actually looked at his attributes in detail, but he tends to rush out a little bit. He hasn't done it this time, but he tends to rush out, and we have conceded a couple of hilarious goals in that way. Luckily, we've not lost a match to that, but... So yeah, so it's going well. We have basically hit the ground running, and that's what I thought would happen as soon as we were able to assemble a squad. We would just hit the ground running. So we're actually doing better this year than last season, because last season we didn't have enough cash flow to implement all the squad changes that I wanted to do, which meant we were left a little bit exposed in some areas. But we now have a pretty decent squad for this level, for this league. So we should, again, if not win the championship, at least go to the playoffs. That's what I'm anticipating. I would like to perform better in the cups as well. And by the cups, I mean FA Cup, obviously, because FA Trophy we won last year. So I'm hoping to win again this year, hopefully. One thing the Bellingham has is that he's so tall. Our goalkeepers were all short last year. He's tall, so he's able to cast a much bigger shadow. So for those of you who are not used to this channel, so it's Vanilla FM. It's called that because it's Football Manager and it's vanilla, so I don't use any mods or anything. So what you see is what you get. Playing on M1 MacBook Air. What else? We do a Hereford save every year. So taking Hereford as far up the leagues as we can. We have a Patreon, and actually I should plug it in this episode, because now we have a youth intake. You can sponsor Nugent, and I will alter the name of the Nugent, and it can be your Nugent, and we'll follow its career and so on. So see, at halftime you have to do the team talk yourself, so I think that's a bit of a bug again. And if you don't have an assistant manager, it won't even recommend to you a message to use either. Let's bring Brookie back. And tag. Yeah, so that's what the channel is. I also have a second channel now, starting this year. It's called Football Manage Her. And it is all about women's leagues, and I'm doing a journey save around the women's leagues. At the moment, I'm in Sheffield. It's not going so well. I might get sacked soon, probably. So, but yeah, it's just a fun journey around, so I'm not too concerned about achievements. It's more about getting to know the leagues and moving around the place and getting to know some players, and the journey of the manager rather than the club itself, the clubs themselves. As the journey goes on, obviously, I will try to have some accomplishments. But so far in Sheffield United, haven't had any accomplishments. Let's do some more subs. So let's get a new striker in. And we'll wait a few more minutes for the others. One thing that I've noticed is it's been reflected in the game, the difference in playing styles and so on between the women's game and the men's game. It's quite good to see. It's nice. It's a nice touch, actually. Right, let's do some more tactical change substitutions. I don't think. Oh yeah, we have Pert. Okay, and then let's bring in Clancy, and that's it. I thought I was going to grace you with a win here, but looks like we're going to have our first loss of the season. Or a draw, maybe. Hopefully. Second goal. Josh Eppier. Actually, I think I had Josh Eppier in previous iterations of the game as one of our wingers. He's a good winger. It's a good distance for a free kick. Over the bar. They have a pretty big goalkeeper as well. Look at that. Huge. Ooh, I had not seen this angle before. Not from this distance. I know they do that angle at closer distance, but... That must be the angle they do all their free kicks from then. Oh, not a third goal. That's just taking the mick now, isn't it? What's gone wrong here? Is it because Sean Hogan isn't playing? I mean, Reigns is having a good game. Who's gone wrong here? No one's like really standing off as. I think they, to be honest, it looks like they play in a very similar way to us. To be fair, maybe that we just, maybe it's just that we don't normally come across gegenpress systems, but it looks like they're playing in a very similar shape and way. Okay, so first loss. Oh well, stuff happens. But let's see, where are they in the league? Actually, they're third, so they're not so bad. Yeah, they're third in league. But there we have it. Okay, so that is it for this episode today. I'll come back roughly in the mid-season and we'll catch up to see how we're doing at that point in the season. But yeah, thanks so much for watching until the end, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.